Hi everyone, this is Zoya and I just wanted to show you a mini album that I've finished, or mostly finished. This is using the GCD Iron Orchid Designs Perposterous paper. I don't even think I have anything left from it, I think other than maybe a few scraps, but it's sort of a Alice in Wonderland themed paper, and like I said, it's not exactly Alice, but it sure looks like Alice. Anyways, here's the cover. I used the Prima doors on the cover, and I put those on with some hinges and glossy accents. The doors open up, and I plan to put a photo back here. I don't have it on there yet, so my cover's a little plain. I'll probably add a little more embellishment. The spine is grunge paper, which I embossed. You can see the embossing and sprayed with either Lindy's or Tattered Angels. I don't remember which one. So let me zoom out a little bit so you can see both pages. And it is an envelope paper bag album. I used these paper bags. These are CVS paper bags from the pharmacy. You get them with your prescriptions. They're a flat bottom bag with a gusset on the side and a little bit of this flap thing here. So I do save these. And in this case, I just cut them off shorter. And for my binding, I just bent like a piece of paper into a hinge and then glued one bag to the next bag, and then adhered the whole thing with another piece of piece to the chipboard cover. So hopefully that's clear. So they're not open on the binding side. I use a hinge on the outside to glue them together. So here we are. This is the first page. This is just some cardstock. Cut with, these are a couple Spellbinders dies, or Recollections flower here, and this is a K & Company, an old K & Company Life's Journey epoxy sticker. That's what they are. Here I just popped this little corner up. It might be hard to see, and I just put this little map there. Each of the pages has two inserts for photos. It has one with photo quarters and a piece of cardstock stamped on top, so you can put a 3.5 5 by 5 photo directly in there. And I believe this stamp is one of those, you know, what are those acrylic stamps, the Studios. Actually, this one might be Unity stamps, an itty bitty Unity stamps. And then the back. Use my punch here, and I inked the edges. I believe it was with Chestnut Rowan chalk ink, color box chalk ink, which I actually really like for the edging. And then just a second one, and this is the Stampin' Up rounded tab punch, which I paid a fortune for, like maybe $30 on eBay, but since they don't make it anymore, there wasn't any other way I could get it, so I'm happy I have it. But I've had that for a while now, when I was on the mission to get it. So I think what I will try to do is zoom in just a little bit and just show you one page at a time. So this page has the Bloomers trim, Webster's, a doily, distressed. This is a piece of chipboard from the collection, a little bit of trim on the back of that, and a stick pin that I made. Next page has some trim, chipboard from the collection. This is something from Michael's I got on clearance. It's a bobby pin, but I probably put something, a jewel or something there to tack on the page. Skeleton leaf, the bird and the cage are both the Tim Holtz, and I cut that out of grunge paper, I believe. I think it's grunge paper rather than chipboard. I've noticed that I had a really hard time with both that little cage and the bird when I cut them out of chipboard, and those dies. So if anybody has any tips on that, painted the bird cage is painted with crackle paint, and the bird is painted, I believe, with just chalk ink, brown chalk ink, and I just put a little gem for his eye. And here's one of just the plain tag, and this is the tag, and this is, I think, one of those Michael's, whatever they are, Studio G stamps. And I'll just put those back in here. It's nice, it has a lot of room for photos since there's two inserts for each page, and they will hold a 3.5 by 5 photo. Next page here, I just have some bling. This is from Recollections. It's blue and I guess, crystal, blue, like a blue, dark blue pearl and crystal. And I thought this really reminded me of Alice in Wonderland. I don't know why. I always think of Alice in Wonderland as blue. So these are wild orchid grass design flowers. Boy, my words are getting mixed up. Anyways, I don't remember what all these are, but small roses, big roses. This is a carnation here. I really love the carnations and some small leaves. 2 pieces of chipboard from the collection, the word wonderful, and this small butterfly. Next page is sort of a stage looking. I popped up the top of the curtain of the stage, and then this girl who looks like Alice and the chairs on dimensionals. I covered up a hole in the paper. So you know how some of those paper pads, they have a hole, and sometimes they actually, the design goes past where the hole is. So in this case, the hole was like right there. So I covered that up with, that's a Webster's gem or bauble, whatever. Got those a couple years ago in the warehouse box, and I actually really love them. This is the insert here, a dragonfly stamp, and I'm pretty sure that dragonfly stamp is a Unity itty bitty design, which those itty bitty stamps are not really itty bitty because they come with 2 stamps. I think they're decent size, especially for minis, but they are called itty bitty, maybe just because it's not a huge set. Anyways, those are the 2 inserts. And you'll notice here, just a note, I did not color the white part of the bag in any way, and I did not even ink the edges on this one. You certainly can do that. You could probably paint these or maybe ink them or something, maybe like with a liquid, and then ink the edges, but I didn't ink the edges at all on this one. Well, I inked the edges of the tags. I didn't ink the pages because I was trying to do it quickly. And then I kind of regretted it and wished I kind of had. So here's a piece of tulle, or I guess it's netting, a ticket here in the background, which is from, I think, a Making Memories Vintage Findings collection. I already showed you those. I don't need to show you those again. Next page, use a big chipboard here. Tell me that doesn't look like Alice in Wonderland. Trim, this is some of that trim I think I got from Joann's. It's like the cheap trim. It's like $1 a roll. It says something about not using on garments. So I don't know if it's flammable or what, but looks great on here. And this metal journey sticker is a Recollections. The flowers are all Wild Orchid Crafts. Tucked in there, there's a tiny little chipboard butterfly from the collection. That little black with the pearl is Webster's Pages. And then there's a little resin rose that's kind of clear. It's right there. You probably can't even see it. And I believe that's Webster's Pages too. And another stamp, Unity stamp, the butterfly on the flower. And I'll tell you, for the on my 6x6 paper pad that I had with this collection, I'm pretty sure it was 6x6. And I don't think it was 8x8, but I think it was 6x6. And I literally like used everything and everything. And I kind of tried to calculate out how I could make it all work. Here is a doily that I sprayed with some sprays, a couple chipboards from the collection. This flower I made using a Tim Holtz and then kind of folding them up. It's just satin fabric that I sprayed, and then it just has this little sort of bauble in the middle, the Webster's Pages. This page, I used a McGill punch to make these tiny vellum library pockets and folders. So the file folders fit in perfectly to these library pockets, and I just stamped various images, and each one's just a plain manila folder. I haven't decided if I'm going to color the images or anything. I kind of just liked it the way it was. So there's a bee, a chair, and I don't remember this stamp collection, but it's acrylic stamp I got at Michael's, and it just had all these little tiny motifs. And I really liked it. Chandelier. Might have to put some stickles or something on that one. And a cameo. So, I don't know, those are, I guess, good for writing little notes or something like that. I don't know. I had the idea and I thought it was cute. Here's a chair that says rest a minute. I know that is one of those wood stamps, I believe, from Michael's. Second one. And next page here is using the Tim Holtz die for the clock. I don't know what it's called, weathered clock, shabby clock, I'm not really sure, but it's the clock. And I'm not putting any hands on it because I am planning to put a picture in the middle there. And I cut this out of grunge paper, and I painted it again with crackle paint. I believe it's like a brass color or something like that. It's one of the metallic ones. These two little epoxy stickers are again Kane Company Life's Journey, and the flowers are all Wild Orchid Crafts. Chipboard from the collection, little clock, and it's on a brown piece of cardstock that was cut with one of the Sizzix dies. Last page here, one of my favorites is the teapot, because, well, you can't have anything Alice themed without having tea, so I had to have a teapot. This is just a cutout, one of those wood pieces from Michael's, you know, they're like usually like 50 cents or something. I painted it with crackle paint in, I think it's like a burgundy color, I can't remember the name of it. I used some rose trim here and then just colored it up with some distress inks to give it a little bit of color. Some lace at the bottom. This chipboard piece, Be True, is Melody Ross, GCD Melody Ross, and they are technically stickers. There's like, I got a whole page of them. You know, it's like that GCD stuff, GCD brand, like, I like some of their stuff, but I think they're kind of expensive. I think I picked that up half price, but I just thought they were kind of expensive. It seems like certain brands seem to be a little higher than everybody else. This is a Cameo, Flower Cameo. I think I got that from your scrapbook supply, so I don't really know what brand it is per se. And behind it is this sort of vellum butterfly that has glitter on it. And that's a sticker I picked up. It was from the bridal section at like Marshall's or TJ Maxx, and there's just a bunch of stickers. I guess they're meant for an envelope, but I sort of like the way it looked underneath, so there it goes. And Making Memories journal card. And I don't like these because look, the back, you have to cover it. They're not plain. Anyways, I bought a whole pack of these off of like these daily deals, and I'm just using them on various projects. So that's it. That's my Perposterous mini album. So there you go. Hope you like it. Bye.